Hello everyone. Okay, so today we are going to start the class on quadratic equation. So today's class is the first class. The entire topic of quadratic equation I will cover up in 3 different videos, right? So the first chapter what we are going to the first class I am going to cover today, that is linear equation. By this time already you know what is the difference between linear and quadratic equation. Then I will explain you polynomial expression, probably you know that, and what are the different types of polynomial expression. And then from the generalized polynomial expression we will derive linear equation, quadratic equation, cubic equation, all this kind of equation, how you can derive from generalized polynomial expression. Okay, so let's start it. What is linear equation? You know that. Linear equation with 2 variables, the standard form is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So where x and y, these two are 2 variables, x and y 2 variables, a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, c is the constant term. So you know that. So ax plus by plus c equals to 0. This is the standard form of linear equation with 2 variables. Now with 1 variable the standard form is ax plus c equals to 0. So in standard form with 1 variable the standard form of linear equation is, let's say, 3x plus 5 equals to 0. So therefore x as, why it is linear? Because the maximum value of the variable power, what is the maximum power of the variable? It is 1. So where in the equation maximum power of the variable is 1, that is called linear equation. Here 3, and when the maximum power of the variable or the degree of the equation, that is called also the entire degree of the equation. What is the maximum power of the variable? That is the degree of the equation. That is also, you can say, degree of the equation, that many number of solution you will have for the variable. Here the degree of equation or the power of the maximum maximum power of the variable is 1. Therefore the degree of equation is degree of equation, it is equals to 1. And when the degree of equation or the maximum power of the variable for that particular equation, whatever is the value, that many number of solution you will have for that variable. So if it is 1, that means from in a linear equation you can have at a time only 1 solution for x. So 3x plus 5 equals to 0, that means x equals to minus 5 by 3. That you know, still I have explained. Now in the quadratic equation with 1 variable. Quadratic equation with 1 variable, the standard form is x square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So for quadratic equation, the maximum power of the variable is 2. So for linear equation, maximum power of the variable is 1. For quadratic equation, the maximum power of the variable, this is 2. So ax square, or you can say the degree of the equation is 2. So when you have 2 is the maximum power of the variable, that means you will have 2 solution of that variable. Or you can say that is also root, 2 solution or you can say 2 roots. Roots of the equation, roots of the 2 solution are 2 roots of the equation. Right? So these are called roots, value of x. So 2 number of values are there. Because the degree of the equation or the maximum power of the variable is 2, therefore for quadratic equation we will have 2 roots or 2 solution of the variable, right? So x square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is the standard form of quadratic equation. So for standard form of quadratic equation, you have the coefficient of x square, you have the bx term, coefficient of x, and also the constant term. So both x, all x square, x and constant term, all are present. This is called standard form. What is the example? Let's say 2x square plus 10x plus 5 equals to 0. It is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a equals to 2, b equals to 10, and c equals to 5. Now, the quadratic equation also could be in this form, ax square plus bx equals to 0, where basically you don't have the constant term. So ax square plus bx equals to 0. This form of quadratic equation is called advected form of quadratic equation. In the quadratic equation, where you have both the degree 2 and both the power 2 and 1 for the variable, but the constant is absent, then it is called advected form. Example, 3x square plus 6x equals to 0. Another form of quadratic equation where you don't have the bx part. You don't have the bx part, only x square plus c equals to 0, constant term and the maximum power of the variable, that part. So x square plus c equals to 0, this is the pure form of quadratic equation. Let's say example, 5x square equals to 80. So now how to resolve the solution of the x, or how to resolve the root, find out the roots of the equation, that I will explain in the second class. Right, so you just understand what is quadratic equation, what are the different types of quadratic equation with example. Now I will go to polynomial expression and types, and then I will derive quadratic equation from generalized polynomial expression. Okay. Now I will come to the second topic, polynomial expression and types. Probably you know polynomial expression by this time already, but still I will explain here to have because I will also derive the generalized formula of polynomial expression. That is why I am just explaining this part also. What is polynomial expression? First understand the term. Poly means polynomial. P-O-L-Y, polynomial. So this part, poly, this means multiple, and this nomial means terms, multiple terms. So polynomial expression is when you can express multiple terms with different kind of mathematical operation in a single expression. Different type of mathematical operation means in the form of addition, multiplication, subtraction. That's how if you can represent multiple terms in the single expression, that is called polynomial expression. Now let me give you example, you will understand more clearly, right? Let's say I am telling one term in the ax square plus bx plus c, let's say ax square plus bx plus c. It is a quadratic equation form, already I said. So what you can write down, ax square plus bx plus c x to the power 0, because c into 1, anything to the power 0 means 1, so you can say it is x to the power 0. So the degree of the variable is in a descending order, 2, 1, 0. So in any polynomial expression, this is also a polynomial expression, the degree of variable will be in a descending order. That is also one property of polynomial expression. Now what is polynomial? So one term, let's say I am taking only term c. See, if I say c, c means I can say with respect to that equation c x to the power 0, right? So here how many terms are there? The entire term cx0, this is one term. It is one term. That means one means monomial. I will say this is a monomial expression. What shall I say? Monomial. Poly means multiple. When it is one means monomial. It is a monomial expression of degree. What did I say already? What is the degree? Degree of equation or degree of expression is the maximum value power of the variable. Here maximum power of the variable is 0. So c equals means cx0. So monomial expression with degree 0. degree 0. If I say, now let's say I am writing bx plus c, that means you can write down bx, it is one term, so this is one term and this is second term, this is the one, so there are two terms. When there are two terms, that means bi, so it is a binomial expression with degree. What is the degree? Maximum power of the variable, it is 1. Here it was 0, maximum power of the variable, therefore degree 0, it was a degree 0. Now here I can say it is binomial expression because two terms, polynomial. When poly equals to 1, there is mono. When poly equals to 2, then it is binomial. It is binomial expression and with degree 1. And degree 1 means linear equation. So binomial linear equation. I can say it is a binomial linear expression. Right? Binomial means there are two terms and this is a linear expression. Right? When I say ax square plus bx plus c equals plus c, then there is one term, this one ax square, this is another term, second term is bx and third term is c, right? So there are total 3 terms. So 3 terms means I can say trinomial. What I will say? It is a trinomial expression. And what is the degree of the equation? Maximum power of the variable, that is 2. So 2 means quadratic equation. So degree trinomial, degree 2. Trinomial expression with degree 2 means trinomial and quadratic equation. Trinomial. Okay. So that is what polynomial. So when polynomial is number of terms, multiple terms, when you can express multiple terms with variable in the form of addition, subtraction, multiplication, then in a single expression, then that expression is called polynomial expression. When the value number of term is 1, that is monomial expression. When the number of term is 2, this is binomial expression. When this is number of terms is 3, trinomial expression. Number of 4, quadrinomial expression. And parallelly, the degree of the equation also you need to see. So from the expression, if the expression is given to you, by looking into the expression, you can say what is the type of polynomial it is and what is the degree of the equation. That means what is the type of expression it is with respect to degree. So it is monomial, degree 0, binomial, degree 1, trinomial, degree 2 means quadratic, right? And next one will be, let's say, dx cube plus ax square plus bx plus c. That means the maximum power of the variable is 3. So that will be a cubic expression. But with respect to polynomial part, how many terms are there? 4. That means quadrinomial cubic equation. Okay. Next topic is generalized polynomial expression. So first of all, you see there is a polynomial expression. I am writing it down. It is polynomial expression P. It is a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube and so on up to a n minus 1 x to the power n minus 1. Let's say there is an expression a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus and up to a n minus 1 x to the power n minus 1. That means what you can see, the coefficient part, it is starting from 0 to n minus 1. So 0 to n minus 1 means n number of terms. Degree of variable x, right, power of variable x, it is also starting from 0 because a0 means a0 x to the power 0. A0 means A0 x to the power 0. A0 into x to the power 0. So degree of variable also, it is power of the variable also, it is varying from starting from 0 till n minus 1. That means total number of terms in the expression is n starting from 0 and the value is going from 0 to n minus 1. How you can write down the generalized expression from this one? You can write down, first of all, it is also through addition. That means it's a summation part. So summation, it is a summation formula, right? I can write down 0 to n minus 1 a coefficient and the power of variable 0 to n minus 1. So what I can write down, am x to the power m, where m varies from starting from 0 to n minus 1. So that's how you can write down the generalized formula of polynomial expression. M. Now, if you put always, you will start from 0. If m equals to 0, when m equals to 0, what is the expression? What is the polynomial will be? A0 x to the power 0. That means only A0. It is a monomial expression with degree 0. When m equals to 1, what will be the value? First A0 x to the power 0, that plus A1 x to the power 1 means x. So what did I say? In the polynomial expression, the degree of the equation or the power of the variable will be in a descending order. So you write down in this way, a1x plus a0. x0 x to the power 0 means 1. So a1x plus a0. So what is the type of polynomial? It is binomial with degree 1. So binomial linear equation. From the generalized expression, you can derive all type of equation, right? M equals to 2. So what it will be? Starting from 0, a0 x to the power 0 plus a1 x plus a2 x square. That means you will write down in the descending order a2 x square plus a1 x plus a0. It is a quadratic equation. So it is a trinomial. 3 terms are there. 3 nomials, I mean 3 terms are there, trinomial quadratic equation. If I give m equals to 3, that means a0 x to the power 0 plus a1 x to the power 1 means x plus a2. I am deriving all the expression from this generalized expression, right? a1x plus a2x square plus a3, because m equals to 3 will start from 0 up to that many number of terms, a3 x cube. So you will arrange in this order, a3 x cube plus a2 x square plus a1 x plus a0. So there are 4 terms. So it is a quadronomial, right? And degree of equation is maximum power of the variable 3. So quadronomial cubic expression. So that is how you can derive any degree of equation with the number of terms: polynomial, monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadronomial, and that's how from the generalized expression of polynomial expression, right? So I hope you understand all this. And these are very simple things, right? And next class I will cover up how to find out the roots or the solution of quadratic equation in different ways. Okay, so if you like this video and if you would like to have this kind of video again and again, so first click on the like button and also subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.